Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Crystal Shadow Works. So this is going to be a moon magic reading that I'm doing, okay? As very strongly we are feeling this full moon eclipse that is coming in the sign of Scorpio. So it's very, very powerful, right? And you know, I've been thinking a lot about the eclipse energies and what I've been feeling, and I just got the rest of my decks from my storage locker, right? All of my witch decks, that I got because I was wanting to assess them because my new platform that I'm creating and working on, I'm not bringing any dark energies over there or things like that. So I've been taking a look into my decks and different messages and things. So I thought it was interesting that the moon oracle that I pulled, it actually the book is labeled Moon Magic. And I was starting to take a look at it, and I was starting to realize that yes, a lot of you do work with the moon energies, so that can make you a cosmic witch, a celestial witch, star witch. There's many different names. Look at that, the star card. But whether you realize it or not, I mean, with a lot of magic, there's a little bit of influence, right? But really big around the full moon. Like full moon fell out right away there. But because, using the universal energies, a lot of witches, use the earth, air, fire, water, right? So it makes sense that, using a lot of the celestial energies. But the witches that work primarily on the cosmos, the stars, the astrological events that are going on, that more fits you as a celestial or cosmic witch, right? And if you're doing spells and intentions, because it's not always, creating potions and things like that, then you are working with, you are creating witchcraft. You're crafting things, but you're putting them around your intentions, your incantations, and a lot of you are looking to, to work with the light energy, the white energy, not the dark. And now, especially when you're calling in and invoking the energies of the goddesses and the deities that are, that are associated with our constellations that were put up in the night sky. That's very beautiful. I see ancient Egypt was flipped over with my deck of cards here. But that's what guided me too, is I knew that I was assessing all of my the rest of my decks that I have, and what's interesting is then I started to play with my deck I created this morning. The first two cards that came out were Grey Witch and Cosmic Witch, and that's exactly what I've been worrying about, because like I'm definitely like a tarot oracle enthusiast. Like I love to collect, and I started to invest and collect and expand my my decks and stuff. And it's like right away, if I feel energy of a deck being too dark, like I would exchange it out. I would cleanse it and let it go. And I did that with some of the decks, but because I know that, I come from a line of witches, and that I have Druidry in my family, I was guided to the witch decks, right? And I know that I've always worked with like crystals and crystal magic and things like that. And I know that, like my grandmother was, a green witch. She was an herbalist. Signs of being a green witch too is like that you can just grab whatever you have like in your kitchen and can create magic, create an amazing meal from it, where you're not having to use measurements and things like that, because you can grab the spices and because a lot of it, comes down from previous lifetimes. And that's why you have that knowledge and that skill. And that's why some are just like, wow, you're so talented at this, you've never done it before. Yeah, that's because it's your soul's done this before, right? Just not the current life that you're on. I don't know why I'm trying to explain all that, but yeah. So I know that it's within my bloodline, my family. Because you are a product of your ancestors. Madeline, pick a different one, baby. It's too loud. So you are a product of your ancestors, right? So anyway, like, I guess so I was wanting to assess things, and it's like, I know that I've had some of my family that dabbled in the black magic and went down the dark side, tried to manipulate the energies. And I know that I'm here breaking up the karma for that, right? That I'm definitely a light worker. Just trying to show the cards at the, it's so bright. It says light worker here. So, anyway, what I'm getting at is I was getting the confirmation, right, with the Grey Witch that I may have been dabbling in the black magic, right? Because especially when I first started up my channel and I was calling in the energies of my ancestors, I didn't know that you had to call in your ancestors of divine light. So there was a little while I was calling in my darker ancestors, right? And playing with the witches' decks and things like that. So some of my readings, like my daughter actually tried to tell me that, you know, that she could, she'd know when I'd pull out a certain deck, right? Because I could only work with my cards like at night, the witching hour, when my children would be sleeping, and she'd have dreams and things like that. And so I started to tell her I wouldn't use a certain deck, and that should have been a sign, but I kind of just thought that she was, you know, she just didn't understand that I wasn't using it for dark purposes, but I was invoking the energy, right? So it very much could have been affecting my readings, right? So yeah, I guess I felt to explain that, like a lot of you have to be careful putting your protections in place so you don't get manipulated. And what's interesting is, you know, I've been talking a lot about this. Maddie, a different video, please. That a lot of the readers that I used to follow, some of them I've been seeing them get corrupted. Like during a live chat, I can literally see their readings starting out so beautiful, and then it starts to turn, and they start to get more negative. And I'm like, So they're starting to pull in on that dark energy, so they're needing to be careful. That's why I'm against live readings, because you never know what energy you're opening up to, right? You could be opening up a portal to, or somebody else could be, that's in your live chat. You know, I mean, I know, you know, we like to think that, you know, we got all this protection, and we do, but you got to be smart about it, you know? It's just like, to me, that's like trusting anybody to come into your home, because where do a lot of the readers do this? In their home, right? And I was starting to see, like, when I'd start to cleanse my space during a live reading, how much, you know, I'd have to use of my sage pulse. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, that's when I was starting to realize that the stuff, and I'm an energy healer and shaman, I can feel the energies, right? And so a lot of healing was needing to happen after the live readings. So they were showing me High Priestess and Star card. So yeah, I feel very guided to this deck. But yeah, because I was looking at the Witch's Tarot, right? And to me, it depends on what energy you're pulling in on it. You know, this one, I was always drawn to the stars and the moons, right? And the triple goddess symbol here, right? And what's interesting is in the moon magic, like I was saying, a lot of the deities that you can call in, a lot of them that are associated with the moons, a lot of you have heard of, you know, like Goddess Isis, you know, Artemis. You know, the moon goddess is called the triple goddess due to her three phases, new, full, and waning and dark. The triple goddess represents the maiden, the mother, the crone, and also known as the great mother, Magna Dea. They're also gods of the moon. One is Thoth. I know that I've been guided a lot to the Thoth, and I've heard people talk against that and say I've kind of just let other people like, well, people are talking bad about it, leave me away. But yeah, I've been guided to get the Thoth tarot, so I'm definitely going to. But the Egyptian god of the moon, and another is Sin, the Sumerian god. And then there's others. There's a Roman goddess, a Greek, a Celtic. You know, this book is so cute. I'm definitely going to research it. I'm going to be doing more readings. I'm probably going to do one off of Moon Magic when I got more. I might be putting that one up, though, on my other channel, Cosmic Divine Seeker. Okay, since this was the first one where I'm starting to take a look at the decks and see what I'm feeling, and I wanted to pull some cards from the deck that I created as well, and I'm not going to be putting this one up on my other channel, so definitely come over there if you want more of my readings, right? If you like my style. So yeah, look at this, Goddess and Devil Agent. Tried to turn down my lighting. They're white cards, so but see, there's Goddess and Devil Agent. So that's why I said, for some of you, you are goddesses that are here. You're descendants of goddesses, okay? So you've been under attack, things like that. Yeah, look, here's the card that I got on the Cosmic Witch this morning. So I added all of my notes here. But yeah, I got Cosmic Witch and Grey Witch for the first that came out. So see, it says, and this is assigned to if you work with equinoxes, solstices, seasonal festivals. Like I know that I work very strongly with equinoxes, solstices, and this year it was Mardi Gras. I didn't get to post the videos because there was so much chaotic energy. Maddie, can you pick a different one, baby? Or, but to me, that would have been the seasonal festivals. But I had gotten some statues, and I was going to do some amazing readings. I had certain decks pulled and everything, and then there was a lot that was going on. We had and something else going on in the cosmos around that time, but you work very closely with moon phases. See, and you could be called a star witch, celestial witch. You work with cosmic witchcraft, astrological energies, celestial bodies, and deities of the stars. That's what I wrote down. But see, you just have to be careful that you're not invoking, you know, dark energies and things like that. Because, you know, it would make sense, too, because there's a lot of, hold on, I'm going to turn her TV down. It's just that certain things are loud. Just a second, guys. All right, baby, I have to turn it. There you go. All right, I think it's too low. All right, let me keep it at 4. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. So, that's what I was saying. But let's get a few more of these cards. Gambling flew on the floor. Take whatever you feel is for you. Any part, just leave it out. They're showing me Devil Agent again. So the Devil Agent's getting into some people. Look, Green Witch. See what it's talking about. They're showing me prophet too. Some of you are a prophet or a prophetess. You have a lot of knowledge in it. So I don't know if this is like physical gambling they're talking about, or somebody's gambling with something, like taking a chance on somebody or a situation. I'm kind of getting in like where you're practicing. Like, I know I'm really taking a chance, like, to me, still trying to pursue my dreams and endeavors and create and do my spiritual work being in a hotel, right? Because I don't always feel as though the energy is okay, so I have to be really careful. That's why I really have to work on cleansing my space, and I really take a look into how I feel, if I can get into doing a reading or not. And now I remember what I was saying, because spell work, because around the full moons, right, there's a lot of the witches working with black magic that are putting a lot of their spell work out there, you know. So you have to go against, you know, the spell work and the things that are getting sent your way. What's interesting too is there's a beautiful reader that was talking a lot about the evil eye amulets. And what's interesting is it was around the same time that I felt, before I even heard his reading, about taking off my amulet, right? And I was just feeling as though, you know, that I think that it does draw a lot of attention when people see it, because a lot of people associate that with like witchcraft, magic, things like that. So a lot of people, you know, see that, right? And I think it gives you the intention, and they start sending stuff your way. Like, oh, to me, just like I was starting to feel that I would see people eyeball, like, oh, like you're one of those. Like that was the feeling that I was getting. And I started to realize that, yeah, I probably wouldn't have gotten that look if I wasn't wearing it. And I'm not saying that you should ever hide, you know, or let other people influence you. But I was starting to pay attention. And then I was starting to notice the people that would comment on it. I'd have a lot of people like, oh, I like your amulet, I like your necklace. You know, and I wear a lot of necklaces and stuff, but I never have people comment on them, right? Very seldomly do I. Which I like it that way. I really don't like compliments. I like to just be myself because it's for me. It's not for show. But anyway, I started to notice that when I was getting compliments on the necklace, then I started to pay attention to, like, you know, were their intentions really real when they were like, oh, I like your necklace? Because I was starting to feel like, is it that energy of like, I know what you're about. I know what you're doing. You know, because a lot of people use that, especially in the spiritual community, as a form of protection. You know, so anyways, and then, but really what it was is that I know that I'm protected by God. And I know that when you ask God to protect you and you put your trust in, you don't have to have something to protect you. And it's like, I know that the laws of karma and all of that, if people send stuff my way, it's going to go right back to them. And I know that I've raised my vibration, I've elevated enough that none of this stuff is going to have power. It's going to go right back. Plus, to the evil eye, to me, that's like kind of casting spell work in a way, because it's like you're putting the intention to send harm. That's why even when I would put like the evil eye on some of my videos, or like when I even sometimes I'll say, you know, send any evil eye, any spell work back to center with the intention to not send my way, but also then send them love and light, because I don't want to be casting any dark energy. So to me, for some of you, the amulet could be just casting, because if you have this mindset like this you know, is going to protect me. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, the evil eye amulet, that little blue, you know, with the eye in it, whether you wear the necklace or the bracelets. I don't even know where all of them are in my room, but anyway, you're kind of casting that spell work. And to me, you shouldn't be casting anything, right? Except love and light. So there's that. I don't know where I was going with that, except that you got to be mindful of the intentions, right? That's surrounding you. They're showing me Cosmic Witch again. And the elementals. See? I told you. Cosmic Witches work with the elementals. Earth, air, fire, water. The star systems. What's going on in the cosmos. Planetary alignments. So, it's very beautiful. I'm Prophet again. See, whoever I'm talking to is definitely a prophet. Has a lot of ancient knowledge from within. So prophet or prophetess, right? You need to be careful because the enemy knows who you are. So there's constantly entities that have been going after you. Right? And you might even be able to see these energies. Because as you raise your vibration, you're able to kind of polyamorous. I don't know how to say that. There's somebody that wants to have like multiple relationships. I'm really getting strongly like somebody like wants to have your power. I'm getting this energy like they don't even know why they're drawn to you, but it's the power that they want. Seeing they're showing me Cosmic Witch again. I can't. I might as well pull this card out. Wow, Merlin. Some of you were working with the Merlin. Wow. It's Emperor and False Twin. Wow. Some of you were dealing with a false twin who's very envious of you. I did a reading about a false twin. Yeah, it's on this channel. I did that one yesterday. Yeah, black magic. And see, they're after your spiritual inheritance. See, or whatever you're destined to come. Some of them have been doing black magic, like spell work, to get you bound to them because they want your powers, they want your gifts. I just seen testing underground. I was seeing that multiple times out in my reading yesterday. Oh, we got PJ Masks on it. Oh, yeah, but they're just, it's a new one. Oh, psychic here. Master manipulator. Oh my goodness. I see there's new PJ Masks friends. Wow. Oh my. Your daughter's excited. New characters in her show. See, and they're showing me Grey Witch again. I told you, see, so somebody's been, you know, working with dark and light magic. And working with gemstones. Interesting. So, yeah, just be very mindful because this, if you're catching this in real time, because we have the second part of our eclipse cycle coming up, this full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. I feel there's going to be a lot of major changes, but this is supposed to help somebody that might not have been realizing. Underground caves coming out again. That was big in yesterday's reading too. Well, it shows you I'm tapped in. If you want to take a look at that reading, it's not for everybody, but if you feel you're in a false connection, when you raise your vibration, you elevate high enough. And there's third party. You don't let this spell work have effect over you. So you could be getting a lot of clarity and realizing a lot of these things. But for some of you, like I said, you weren't intentionally working with some of these energies or these entities that are associated with this dark magic. Wow, there's a lot of winnings here. This is a very lucky time for feeling called to play the lotto. But be careful, don't turn it into an addiction. That could be the gambling that somebody's addicted with. Too much focusing on the lotto. Remember, you need to have the intention that you've already won, not that you want to win. That's why, like, I'll literally get tickets. It's like, I have some now. I get them and I don't scratch them off. Like, I wait until, normally, like, I let my kids, I like to say, like, pretend, we've already won. We already have all this money. And then I wait till, like, a very sad time or something. I'm like, well, let's try. Let's see if it's our time now. And not always sad. Maybe just a night where there's not a lot going on. Because then it's fun. And, if we don't, we're like, well, we're closer to when we do. Because you can't win the first time. I tell them, it's about, it wouldn't be fair if everybody won the first time they play. So we just add it to our collection. But you never know. So anyways, just don't do it too much, right? Testing underground came back out again. Yeah, that's cute. My son was asking me just yesterday, what about those tickets we got weeks ago? Green Witch. See, there is, definitely somebody that does a lot. There's a lot of witches out here that don't even realize that they are. And somebody's creating spell work that has a mental illness. They don't realize that they're coming off as very envious and projecting things, and they're stalking here. So this is a dark energy. This could be like a past lover. I'm getting for some of you that is creating spell work, and that's why they're not able to move forward, and they keep having downfalls in their life and bad things happen, because it comes back ×3, right? Whatever intentions you put out there, at least ×3. So if you're projecting hardships, if you're projecting bad things to happen, that's all going to come back to you. If you're, well, it came out again, clones. I was talking about that in my yesterday reading. There's, for some of you, you're dealing with a false twin. I seen Let Go and Devil Agent. Devil Agent's been dispatching some people out. Wow, drugging came out as my first card this morning. Then I got the 2 witches. So be careful, some of you, with your food. Somebody could be putting something in your food, because then I got the green witch and the gray witch. What's interesting is, like, I found it very hard to get up this morning. I'm not even lying. Like, I found it very, very hard to get up this morning. And I was drinking some wine last night. I don't often drink. But what's interesting is that, like, when I see, I'm like, oh, is that funny? I was like, was I drugged last night? Is that why I couldn't get up this morning? Because normally, like, I get up in the morning. I love to have that quiet time. But today I was, like, slept into, like, noon. And I was like, are you being funny, Source? Because I drank some wine last night, and they know that I don't often drink. But then... So, just be careful. They're showing a goddess energy here and hedge witch. But be mindful of your food. Hedge witch came out again. I'm not even sure what the hedge witch one is. It was when I was getting downloads, I'd write them down. Some of them, I don't even know. I know they're a healer, some sort of healer, but I don't know with what. Because when I got the downloads, I just created the card. I don't know what them transmuters. So you're some sort of transmuter. So you guys could look up what a hedge witch is. I get kind of pulled into this. I feel like I could keep going. A lot of you are psychics. Empress. Yeah, be careful. Unplanned illegitimate pregnancy. That could be what the drugging thing is about. So be careful. They're showing me essential oils. Okay, I'm going to stop because I can get pulled in sometimes. And it could be whatever energies are surrounding me. So let me cleanse this. Alright, so I guess this one was just a little bit of information. Look, in the deities, like I said, he worked with the deities around the moon energies. Because I wanted to talk a little bit about the different witches, right? And working with these energies. Okay. Yeah, full moon in Scorpio. Negative attitude, fiery arguments are possible at this time. Channel your energies into positive physical activities like decorating or gardening. So yeah, it's this full moon in Scorpio that's approaching. So I know I want to pull some tarot, right? Because I already cleansed this deck, called in spirit. Well, Source, off this energy, the Lovers and the Three of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, High Priestess under that. So there is strong energy of a lover wanting to come together, build with you, work with you. Maybe that's why the enemy is stepping up and trying to block you. Trying to stop you. What's interesting is I was getting readings yesterday to be careful that there are some that are like trying to block and make people feel stuck in relationships with like children, trying to trap them like with pregnancies. I don't know if that's associated with the drugging one. I mean, those are the energies that are surrounding me, so I don't know. Interesting. I seen Ace of Cups as I was shuffling. Now I'm seeing 10 of Pentacles. Legacy. Abundance. Somebody is going to be winning a lot of money. I'm not even playing. With that lotto winning. Maybe that's why you need to be careful. Like, if you win or something, of somebody, like, drugging you to steal your lotto winning your tickets. So, sign those tickets, okay? Don't be telling people if you won. The shadow side represents the devil in this deck. See, I feel the devil is after your money, after your inheritance. Like I said, for some of you, there was Black magic, somebody was after, you know, maybe they knew that you were destined to win money, have some sort of legacy, some inheritance, whether it was financial, spiritual. For some of you, like, they want your powers, your gifts. Eight of Wands with the Moon. Things are going to happen very quickly. Things are happening that you're unaware of. Nine of Wands. You're guarded, though. There's Six of Cups energy, so there's strong energy of something from the past. Queen of Swords. You're cutting things out, being very communicative. Letting something go here with the Hanged Man. Seven of Pentacles. It's time. You've been planning something. You've been building something. You've been creating something. It's getting ready to be prosperous. You don't see it coming because it's in the hidden area for me. Knight of Cups. That's taking action. Temperance. So you have some challenges or obstacles. That's your blockage. But you are alchemizing. You're learning to work with these blockages, these dark energies, and you're alchemizing, but you're closing out cycles. Your destined fated life is coming in. You're closing out cycles with the Ten of Wands. You could be seeing 10-10. I have been seeing 10-10 lots. Definitely closing out cycles, bringing in these new beginnings. Yeah, the Ace of Cups is down there. It's hidden, though. It's a secret. You're not going to see it coming, right? It's the Queen of Wands, but that's about taking action, passion, control. All of that. Very beautiful. All right, guys, I'm at 30 minutes. I'm going to close this out. Sending love and light to all of you. Definitely, if you like my content, subscribe. I would subscribe here and come over to Cosmic Divine Seeker, as I'm just launching that channel with this eclipse cycle, really. So it's taking off with new videos and content. All right, love and light to all of you. Bye.